In a small town nestled between rolling hills, there was a boy named Ryan Carter. Born into a poor family, Ryan's life had never been easy. His father worked long hours at a factory, and his mother took care of the house while doing odd jobs to make ends meet. They barely had enough to survive, and education was never a priority. Despite being a bright child, Ryan struggled in school. The old textbooks, crowded classrooms, and lack of guidance made it difficult for him to keep up. He often felt lost among his classmates, who seemed to have everything figured out. By the time he turned 15, life threw another challenge at him. His father fell sick, leaving Ryan as the only one who could support the family. He had no choice but to drop out of school and take up small jobs to help his mother put food on the table. The blame game. Ryan envied kids who got to study and build a future. He blamed his fate, his family's poverty, and the unfairness of life. If only I had money, I'd still be in school, he often thought. He convinced himself that success was impossible for someone like him. For years, Ryan drifted from one odd job to another, working as a waiter, a cleaner, and even in a mechanic's shop. Every time he faced a challenge, he had an excuse ready. I didn't have the right education. Life is unfair. I wasn't born into a rich family. This cycle continued until one fateful day when everything changed. A stranger's question. One evening, Ryan was working at a small cafe when an old man walked in. He had a kind face, sharp eyes, and a notebook filled with strange symbols. The man, Dr. Alan Morris, was a retired scientist. Ryan served him coffee and noticed him scribbling complicated formulas. His curiosity got the better of him. "Sir, what are you writing?" Ryan asked. Dr. Morris smiled. "Just some physics equations." "You seem interested." Ryan shrugged. "I used to love science, but school wasn't for me. Now, I just work to survive." Dr. Morris took a sip of his coffee and said something that struck Ryan like lightning. "Excuses make zero progress, young man. If you really want to learn, what's stopping you?" Ryan had a dozen excuses ready, but for the first time, he stopped himself. "Nothing. I guess," he muttered. Dr. Morris nodded. "Good answer. If you're serious, meet me here tomorrow. The journey begins." The next day, Ryan showed up. Dr. Morris handed him a book on basic physics and said, "Read the first chapter and explain it to me tomorrow." Ryan hesitated. "But I don't understand half the words in here." "Then look them up." "No excuses," Dr. Morris replied firmly. Ryan spent the whole night reading. It was tough, but he pushed through. The next day, he explained what he understood. Dr. Morris corrected his mistakes but encouraged him to keep going. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months. Ryan read books on physics, mathematics, and chemistry. Whenever he didn't understand something, he found a way to learn, by asking, watching videos, or practicing. At first, he struggled. He wanted to quit many times, but Dr. Morris's words echoed in his mind: excuses make zero progress. Breaking the chains of the past. As Ryan learned more, his confidence grew. He started enjoying the process of learning. Soon, he wasn't just reading, he was experimenting. One day, he built a small battery-powered motor from scrap materials. Another time, he fixed a broken radio just by understanding its circuits. People started noticing. His co-workers at the cafe were amazed by his knowledge. Even his mother, who once worried about his future, saw a new spark in his eyes. "You're not the same boy who gave up," she told him proudly. Ryan realized that blaming his past had only held him back. The moment he took responsibility, things started changing. The big break. After 2 years of self-learning, Ryan decided to take a bold step. He applied for an entrance exam at a university. Without a high school diploma, it was nearly impossible, but he had one thing others didn't: unstoppable determination. He explained his story to the admissions board and demonstrated his knowledge. Impressed by his passion and self-taught skills, they gave him a chance. At university, Ryan worked harder than ever. He asked questions, stayed up late studying, and even helped other students. He was no longer a dropout with excuses, he was a student with a purpose. A scientist is born. Years passed, and Ryan graduated with top honors in physics. He went on to work in a leading research lab, making breakthroughs in renewable energy. The same boy who once blamed his past was now a respected scientist, giving lectures, writing papers, and inspiring others. One day, while giving a speech at a conference, he ended with the words that had changed his life. Excuses make zero progress. If you want to achieve something, start now. No matter where you come from, the only thing that stops you is the excuse you give yourself.